Hi everybody, this is James with Gadget Review, and today we're going to take a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy tablet. This model is the 3G Verizon version, meaning that Verizon sent us this one to take a look at. It is not the new 4G LTE version, it is just the standard model that's been out for a few months now. The box itself is pretty crisp, pretty clean. It's not like the iPad one, but the top does fit in quite well. Now, the Samsung Galaxy tablet itself comes with the four buttons that standard for all US-based Android models. The power button and volume rocker are on the right side, as well as the micro SD card. Micro SD card powers up to, I believe, 32 gig card. I could be wrong about that. It might be 48. I'm not sure what the capacities are up to at this point. The rear of the device uses a studded but glossy surface, very similar to the Samsung Focus, which is not studded. It just has lines going across which you can feel. But the studded surface is actually better for gripping, as far as I can see. Um, Now there's also the 3 megapixel camera on the back, as well as the LED flash. Uh, Now, I don't know why we need a camera, of course, but we have the front-facing camera, which does make sense for voice for video calling, for instance. The 3.5 millimeter jack is on the top left, and let's take a look at the inside. Okay, the screen's a bit dim, so let's go fix that real quick. Oh, perfect. So TouchWiz, just like the Samsung Galaxy S phones, TouchWiz is a bit different. So this one's made for a tablet. So instead of having phone functionality, we actually have five pieces instead of five settings instead of four, and including orientation lock. Why brightness is wonky, I'm not sure. But otherwise, this is basically just any other Android device. So if you scroll back and forth, there is really no difference. Like for the iPhone versus the iPad, there are some slight differences. But for now, it's basically the same thing. Now, there is a special connector as well as the twin speakers uh, on the bottom. I'm not sure about the connector. We're going to take a look at that, see, because it looks very similar to the iPad speaker or iPad connector, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Now, when you put the iPad next to the Galaxy tablet, the size difference is pretty huge. I mean, a 7-inch versus a 9-inch screen doesn't seem like a big deal, but that's the difference between holding it with one or two hands. The Galaxy tablet is also about a third thicker than the iPad. Obviously shorter and not as tall, or rather, it's well, small in every other way. But of course, it has the one speaker versus the two speaker. The iPad having the one, and the Galaxy tablet having two. Let's take a look at what else is in the box. So we have our power adapter, um, which they have, for some reason, sealed because they decided to make it as glossy and fingerprint heavy as possible, so it can look ugly no matter where you go. Sounds fun, doesn't it? And the same thing for the rest of the power adapter. Now, like the iPad power adapter, it just slides right in, and you can take it out, but it's not as elegant, not even close to the iPad power adapter. Now, the actual cable, very similar to what you'd find on any iPod or iPhone. Um, let's see if it actually fits, because it looks almost identical. It really does. And this is my iPod Touch, so no, it doesn't fit. Almost fits. If I wanted to force it, it could fit, but it obviously the iPod's connector doesn't isn't in the right spot for it, so it's not going to work. But it's basically the same size. This one's a little thicker. The rubber is a bit in the way on the edges. And of course, we have the documentation, which is, whatever, throw that away or keep it, whatever you want. So this is the Galaxy tablet. Let's take a look. This is the HTC HD7, which is about the same size as an Evo 4.3 inch screen. If you have a comparable Android phone, then just on quick impression, I couldn't say why you'd want the Android tablet. At 7 inches, it's not a big enough difference between this display and your phone. And obviously right now the operating systems are identical, so you're not getting any real benefit. That's the Samsung Galaxy tablet. Read on for full impressions. This is James Took Over with Gadget Review.